Hi all. Vijay's father owns a real estate company in Ghana and wants to know how the business is faring. The estates are spread across 4 different locations and have a total of 6,000 houses of different types. But Vijay, as a new Power BI learner, is worried and frustrated that the data is spread all over in different Excel files, with some even in SQL database. Kindly watch how we manage to put all the data together and generate this simple, dynamic, and interactive dashboard. Okay, so when you look at your screen here, we have our dashboard here, simple. We have the 4 different locations on your left, Achimota, Dodua, East Legon, Hills, Oyarifa. We have the months on top here. You can see the number of houses, the quantity sold, and the target. You can see 4% target over. And then we can see the sales total. We have the cost total. We have profit. We can see the sales by location and house types. We have profit by location. You can see Achimota has the highest profit, 31 million. Profit by property type, we have sales total by salesperson. Musa has the highest sales with 94 million. We have the sales total and profit by month and a summary of how many houses, house types have been sold at each location. Okay, so without wasting too much time, let's look at the steps that will be taken to get this done. We will load all our Excel files, add branch name as custom column to each one of the files, clean the data, create a fact table by appending queries as new, create a reference or dimension tables by duplicating the fact table, merge all tables, load the sales target and salesperson from SQLDB, create our calendar and measures table, review our table relationship, create our background by using PowerPoint, create format and style our visuals. Okay, so let's go to our Power BI desktop and load the file. So the first one is Achimota, so let me load Achimota file. Okay, I'll select this, transform data. Okay, so this is Achimota. So what I'll do is, let me rename this quickly to Achimota. Then you can see our columns here, sale date, quantity, property type, selling price, cost price, distance, and salesperson. I want to add a custom column somewhere here and then add the location Achimota so that when we merge all the tables, we'll be able to identify which one is profit. Okay, so I'll go to add column, custom column. So here, I'll name it location. Then this will be Achimota. Okay, so we have Achimota here. Let me add the next one. So new source, Excel. The next one is Dodua. So let's select Dodua. Let me copy the name so that I can easily use it when I'm adding the custom column. So I'm adding Dodua. I'll select the sheet and click OK. Okay, so I'll rename this to Dodua. And then just like I did for Achimota, I'll add a custom column. This will be location. And then this will be Dodua. Good. Now I'll add the third one. Sorry, home. It's Legon Hills. I'll select the sheet, click OK. It's Legon Health. I'll go to add column, custom column, call this location. It's Legon Health. Okay, so I'll add the fourth one. Select this, click OK. Rename it. Okay, so I didn't copy the name area. I think it's area before. Then I'll add a custom column. That will be location. And then here will be Oyarifa. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is to check if our records are okay, no duplicate, no error, no misspelling anywhere. So let me check from Achimota, for example. Okay, so this is a date, whole number. This is string. Let me check from here. Okay, so 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, 3. Let's check the salesperson. Yeah, Anita, Charles, Musa, and Tulika. Let me check from Dodua. What we have here. Okay, so salesperson. I think the salesperson, when I asked, there should be 4. Okay, so there are 4 here. It's Legon Hills. Property type should be 3. Salesperson should be 4. Very good. Let's see Oyarifa. Property type should be 4. Okay, so we have 1 bed here, 1 bedroom. So it should be 1 bedroom. So let's do this. We need to replace, right click here, replace values. So I'm looking for 1 bed. When I need to 1 bedroom, and then here I want to match the entire cell content. Okay, so let's go through it again and see. Okay, so this is correct. Let's go to salesperson. Instead of 4, we have so many of them. I can see Charles misspelled here. There should be R here. So let's replace Charles quickly. So there was Charles, and then with R here. And then when you look at it again, you can see Musa, instead of 1 S is double S here too. Then Tulika should be Tulika. So let me replace. So Tulika, then down here match entire content. Okay, so we've done that of Tulika is left with Musa. So I'll right click again, replace values. There's MUSA should be replaced with MUSA entire. So, and then another one which is double S, we need to take that also out. So Musa with double S should be replaced with 1 S. Okay, so let's look at this. You can see now there are 4. Perfect. Now the next thing to do is to merge these four tables. We need to put them together. Okay, so I'll just click here, go to home, and then append, select append queries as new. Okay, so 3 or more tables. Achimota is already here. I'll add Dodua, S. Legon Hills, Oyarifa. The aim here is to put all of them together in one table. So here, if I click OK, I'll get another table which I'll rename as fact table that contains all the records or the data I need. So let me rename this to fact table. Okay, very good. Now, because I have all these four in this table, let me just disable loading. So right click, disable, right click, disable. I'm not going to use them. Disable, disable. Okay, so I'll keep only this fact table. Now there are two more tables we need to load from SQL. This time they are from SQL. So let me select my server name here. Then I'll go to new source, this time SQL. The database name is Power BI underscore BI. Then I need to import them. So the tables are salesperson and I think a sales target as well. It's taking a while. Sales target and salesperson. Okay, so we can see the sales target per month and the sales target in quantity as well. So 300 houses should be sold in January. And then we have the sales person table here. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to create some dimension tables, some dim tables from, or reference tables from the fact table. So for example, the property type, I want to create a table that will have only the various property types, and then this table will just reference them by using the ID. So let me just duplicate this table. Fact table, duplicate it once. Then I can rename this dim, or let me just rename it property type. Okay. So in property type, what I want to keep is only the property type. So I'll just right click, remove other columns. And then the next thing I need to do is to right click and remove duplicate. So you can see. Now add a column with the ID. So here I'll just go to add column, index column, starting from 1. And then I'll drag it here. Let me just call this one property type ID. Okay, very good. Now the next thing to do is to go to my fact table again. I'm targeting the salesperson now. salesperson, but I have the salesperson table here. So what I'll do is to focus on location. Okay, so let me duplicate this. I'll call this location. Okay, so in location, what I'll do is to right click on location, column, remove other columns. And then here, I'll right click and say remove duplicate. Very good. Then I'll go to add column, index, starting from 1. I'll rename this location ID. Then I'll drag it here. Good. Now, in my fact table, I don't need a property type again, but I need to. Okay, so there is a salesperson here already. What I'll do is to take out this, the one I took from SQL. Let me take it out and create one from the fact table. So I'll right click again, duplicate, call this one salesperson. And then here I'll right click, remove all other columns. This time I'll right click again, remove duplicates, add the index column starting from 1, rename it to salesperson ID, drag it here, and that is fine. So we have the fact table, sales target, property type, location, and salesperson. Now let's go to our fact table. What we want to do now is to merge. So I'll go to home, go to merge query. Now the fact table, the first thing I need to target is the property type. Then I'll select the newly created table, which is a property type. Then I'll link these two. Then I'll click OK. When you do that, you'll see this here. So you can click here and select only property ID. So you can see we have our property ID here. So in this case, we don't need a property type again. So let me take this out. We'll do the same thing for salesperson and location. So I'll go back here, merge query, salesperson, select salesperson as well down here, select the column and click OK. Then here, I'll take out this and only maintain the salesperson ID. Now I can take out the salesperson column. The next one is for location. So I'll go back to my merge queries. Location, I'll select the location table, select this to match it, and click OK. Then here, I'll click on top, take out this, maintain only the location ID. And now I can come and delete the location from here. Okay, so I think we are getting there. The next thing to do is to go and check our relationship. So here, we can close and apply. So let me check my relationship here. If everything is okay. It's still loading. Okay, so while it's loading, let's quickly go to PowerPoint and get our background done. So let me open my PowerPoint. I'll take out this. Take out this as well. Okay, so we start the first one, the background. I want to make it white background, darker 5%. Very good. So I'll bring my shape. Okay. I think I'll maintain the same color as that of the background. Here to the same thing. You can change it if you want, if it looks nicer for you. I'll take out, I'll use, for the line, I'll use a gradient line. Good. Take out this, take out this. This will be blue. And then here will be the color we use for the background. Okay, and then the next one to do is to go to the shadow. We'll take this, maybe here 75. This should be okay. I mean, you can rework on it and make it nicer for yourself. That is okay. You can play with it. So here, I'll use 6 point maybe 15 for the height, 3.5 for the width. Okay. So I'll copy it. For those who have been watching my videos, I mean, you should get used to this. The same way of doing it. I have not changed much in it. Just play around with it. You can select your own colors. So this will be 10 as a size. Good. I'll copy again, paste it. The size here will be, the width will be 29 and 4. I played with it so I know the size that I need. I'll paste it again, bring it down here. This will be 7.3. And this will be, let's say 5. So I need 3 of this, so 2 more. Okay. Then 2 more. let's say 11.2. Let me use this and see how it looks like. Okay. Okay. One last one on top. Okay. So simple real estate dashboard. So we have that. Maybe I should make it a bit bigger. I need an icon, so let me go here, set an icon. I can just type house here. No, let's use this. Insert. I'll reduce the size, take it up here, reduce the size again, bring it down, change the color, fill it with blue. Okay, so this align left, then I'll go and add some space in front there. Good. Okay, so we are done now. Let me save this. PNG, real estate, background. Just this one. Okay, so now we are done with the background. Let's go back to our Power BI. We have our tables loaded here. Put this up here, salesperson down here, the fact table a bit up, the property type here, the sales target somewhere here. Good. Now let's create our calendar table. So let me go here. New table. So here, calendar, and then for my fact table, I should have sorry, minimum of my fact table sales date. Very good. So we have our date here. The next thing I need to do is to add another column. For month index that will help us to sort our month. So month index will be month, and then the date that we created. The next one we'll create is our months. Again, this time formatted so that we can have January, February, March, April, May, and April. So our month name, just month, so format, our date, into MML. Okay, very good. So for the date, let me format it to be like something like this. Okay, good. So we have our calendar table. Now let's go and link it to our fact table. So I'll bring it down here so you can see it. Let me grab this somewhere here. Our calendar table is here. So the sales date and this will be linked. Okay, so now I'll link, this is our sales target, and the month is a kind of month index 1, 2, 3. So I can link it to month index here. And this time I want to do both. So properties, so month index and month, you can see. So here both. Okay, so I think we are getting closer. Now the next thing we need to do is to create our measures table. Okay, so let me go to enter data. All measures. Now for the measures, I need to create the quantity sold, sales, the total, cost total, target total. There is one thing I need to add to the fact table where we have the quantity sold and also the selling price. So let me select my fact table, go here and add two new columns. That will just give me the total per sales. So here we have the selling price and the quantity. So 1 times this should give us 33,000. So new column, so this will be selling total is equal to quantity times selling price. We'll do the same thing for cost total. So new column, cost total quantity times cost price. Okay, so once we have this, we just go and sum them in our measure table. So I can now go to all measures and create my first measure. So new measure, sales total, sum, selling total. I'll create another measure. This one will be cost total and then it will be sum of cost total. Now remember we were told they have 6,000 houses. So let's create a measure that will have the 6,000 houses. So new measure, it's taking a while. Number of houses will be 6,000. Another measure for the quantity sold. So sum of quantity. Okay, very good. So let me load my background quickly. So we go here, canvas background. real estate background. For us to see it, I'll drag this to the 0. Then let me fit it in. Okay, so we have our background here, not so bad. We can start dragging our stuff. So when you go here, let's look at what we have first. So we have our slice here, which contains the locations. This one is for the month. So let's quickly do that. Okay. So I'll go to the location table and select location. I'll go here, style it. Take out the header in the background. Okay, so let me make it bold. I'll make the values bold. Okay. I'll copy this, paste, bring it here, add the month, take out the location, and use the month. Now, when you look at the month, they are not sorted, and this is why I added the month in there. So I'll select the month, go to sort by month index. Let me drag this. And put it on top here. Sorry. And put it on top here. Okay, you can see our real estate, simple real estate dashboard is taking a lot of space. So let's go back here and adjust it. So what I'll do is to reduce the size and push it back a bit. Yeah, 20. Okay, this is good. I'll save it as again. I'll come back here, take it out and reload it. Okay, so this looks better. Let me reduce this and leave it there. Okay, good. So now for the next one, we need our donut. And it takes only the number of houses. Let me take out the Other things I don't need. I don't need the details level, the slices. Okay, so something like this. I'll say maybe 80. Okay. Now I want to take out the title. Good. And background. Okay, so inside here, I'll put a card that will have the number of houses. That also will be formatted. Just a minute, take out the background. I want to use a different font size. Black and then 25. Okay, so that's number one. Now, number two, this one has the quantity sold and then the target. There will be a bit of work here. When you select January, for example, you can see this difference here, and then also the percentage down here. Okay, so for that, let me copy this, put it here. One, two, I need 5 of them. Another one. And another one. Okay, so we may have to also make it bigger, but let's just finish with what we are doing. Okay, so for this one, I need a quantity sold. So we have the quantity sold here. We need to create one measure that will give us how many quantity, how many do we have more to reach our target. So I'll create new measure. It will be called quantity to target. So how many do we have? Do we need more to reach target? So down here, I'll create a variable, call it my difference. Okay, so I need to create one measure before this, which is the targeted quantity. we have it in one of the tables, that's sales target. So here, because I don't want to cancel it, let's just put 0 here and then go down and say return my diff. Now let me create a measure that will give us the total targeted quantities. So here, new measure. I'll call it targeted quantity to the sum of sales target in quantity. I will need the same for targeted sales value. So let me do it right away. So new measure. Targeted sales is equal to sum good sales target. Very good. So back to what we were doing. That is for quantity to target. So in quantity to target, my difference rather will be targeted quantity minus the quantity sold. So targeted quantity minus quantity sold. Okay. Now down here, I will now add if my difference is less than 0, then give me 0. Don't do anything. Otherwise, give me my diff back. Okay. So when you come here, it's kind of slow. Okay, so here, let me select, instead of number of houses, it's going to be quantity sold and quantity to target. Now, sorry, let me go back again. Quantity sold, then quantity to target should be here. Hold on, let me try again. Okay. Sorry, let me just drag and drop another one and see how it behaves. So quantity sold let me see how I did it here. Yeah, quantity to target. Quantity to target, value, calculated change like this. Return if magic less than 0. Sorry, I made a mistake. This should be comma. Okay, so we can go back to it now. And select this. So now, when I select January, let's see how it behaves. You can see. So you can see how much or how many do I need to sell more to get to this level. So let me go here. I want to change the color of quantity to target to something like this. Okay, very good. Now there is something we need to do here. This one is the percentage of quantity to target. So here we are going to do, I'm going to create another measure. So percentage of quantity to target. This will be equal to shift enter. I'll create my div again. Quantity sold minus targeted quantity. And then down here, I'll return divide my div by targeted quantity. Okay, so that is done. Now I can put it here. So let me create another card and put my percentage. Just drag it down here so I can see it well. So percentage of quantity to target. I'll take out this and select this. Now I'll go to the top here, select percentage and take out the two decimal places. Okay, 0. Okay, let me reduce the size. And then here, I'll do versus target. Then I'll drag it here. I need a line. So I insert a line. Reduce it a bit and drag it here. Okay, now let me change, put some formatting here. If it is less than 0, it should be red, otherwise green. Okay, so this is good. Now I'll do the same thing for sales. So let's go here and check for sales. So I need the same thing I did for quantity to target. So one will be sales to target and also percentage of sales to target. So let me copy what I did for quantity to target. Sales to target, targeted sales, sales total. Okay, so this should be fine. Now the next one will be percentage of sales to target. So let me copy that as well. Create a new measure. Quantity sales total, targeted sales, targeted sales. Okay, so I'll copy this. I can group them and paste. That's okay. So I'll copy this, put it on top here, and then that will be sales total. Then I'll do the same thing for the one down here. Paste. That will be percentage of sales to target. I'll highlight it, go here, select percentage, and make this 0. So now I'll copy the line. Paste it down here. Okay. Now there's one more thing. I need to select this now. And remove number of houses. Put sales total there. Sales to target. And then format sales to target to be the same color I used for the other one. Good. Now the next one, let me change the name also of this. So this should be versus target. Versus target. Okay, so what comes next? cost total, and a profit. Okay, so we have our cost total here. Let me copy this, paste it down here. So this will be our cost total. Okay, so now I need to create one more, and that will be for our profit. Having created a visual for profit, so let me add that. The measure for profit, sorry, the measure for profit. Let me add this. Will be sales total minus cost total. Okay, so for the cost, this will be profit. And then for the card will also be profit. For cost total as well, this should be cost total, not number of houses. Okay, so we need to make this a bit bigger. Let me arrange it a bit. Push it here, and then push this guy also here. Okay, so I'll use the same size for the rest so we can get enough space. I want to see the size that we have in properties. 260, 251, 260. Okay, so okay. To make it easier for you, you can group them before you push. I'm using the arrow to realign. You can use your mouse. Okay, so this will go here. Good, this is not bad. Okay, so let's look at the next one. It looks like this should go up a bit. Okay, let's look at what comes next. Sales by location and house type. For that one, I use the decomposition tree. So let's do that quickly. Here. Sales total by location, and then property type. I'll drag it down here. Look at this. Location. And then this gives us the house type or the property type. Okay, so let me resize it. Let me resize it. For the bar, the size, I want it very low so you can see, so that we can see everything on the screen. For the value, let me make it million to be consistent. Voila. So we have the sales total 11 million. Achimota has 4 million. You can see the various house types: 2 bedroom made 1 million, 1 bedroom 1 million, 3 bedroom 1 million. Let me format this. Then I'll give it a title as well. Just a minute. Okay, so that's for January. Let me take out January and see what happens. Okay, so the overall sales is 252 million. That's what we have on top here. You can see Achimota has 83, 3 bedroom 40 million for Achimota, 28 million for 2 bedrooms, and 16 million for 1 bedroom. If you want that of Oyarifa, you just have to select and do the same thing. Okay, so let's go here and do the next one. Profit by location. We use a bar. So I'll select this, select profit here, and then I'll go select location here. Okay, so let's resize it. We'll bring it down here, reposition it, let it go this way, then on top, because it has the title already. Okay, so we take out the titles from X and Y. We take out the background. Let's make this a bit bolder. Let's add the data labels, make it easier. Also, the data label should be bold. Okay, so Achimota has the highest sales, 31 million. Oyarifa, 30 million. East Legon, 29 million. Dodowa, 5 million. Dodowa is really not moving, probably because of the distance. Okay, so the title. Bold, change the color to blue. Okay, the next one is profit by property type. So we want to know how much we've made as profit by maybe the 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms. Which one is giving us enough profit? So let's go here, bring in our pie. I'll select profit by property type. Then I'll drag it here, resize this a bit. I don't need a legend. Take out the background, format the title to be bold and blue, and then maybe make it bold. Okay, the next one is sales total by salesperson. So we want to know who among the salespersons has really made enough sales. So we need to rank them from the highest to the smallest. So here, let me reduce this a bit. Okay. So I'll use a 3 map. Sales total by salesperson. Good. I'll take out the background. Format the title to be bold and the color to be blue. Okay, very good. Add the amount. So I'll select data labels. So Musa has made 94 million. Charles made 60 million. Anita 73 million. Tulika 25 million. Okay, so we are left with 2 more visuals. The sales total and profit by month. So that is a trend. So we use our line chart. So sales total, select profit as well by month. Okay, look at this. Bring this down, push it a bit here. I'll go here, take out the title from X and Y. Okay, so make the value bold. I prefer to make it bold. You can decide which one is okay for you. Okay, and then let's take out the background. Okay, so you can see the trend. The sales is in blue, you can see it this way, and then we have the profit in dark blue. Okay, so what I want to do is to add maybe the markers. If you want, you can add the data labels, but I prefer to leave it this way. Okay, so we are done with that. It's left with the title. We need to be consistent. So for the title, it should be bold and bold. Now the last visual to add is the summary, the table, which has the location and the various house types. So I'll add the table, the matrix. I'll select the location and look at what I want to do. I'll put the property type here in columns. Okay. And then I'll select the quantity sold. So when you look at it at a glance, you know in Achimota, 1 bedroom, we sold 473, for 2 bedrooms, 459, for 3 bedrooms, 446, and in total, 1,378. Okay, so let me resize this. I want to put the title on top, that is why I brought it a bit down. Let's remove the background. I want to make the header bold, column headers bold. I want to make the row headers also bold. Okay, so I think this is okay. Let's add our text. So summary, the font, I'll make it bold. I'll make it a bit bigger, so 12 or 11. Let me choose 12. Okay, so I can resize it. Take out the background. And then bring it here. Use my cursor to realign it. I'll copy that. So this will be sales by location and property type. Okay, so that is nice. Let's look at what we have. So when I select January, we have everything related to January, but I don't want that to affect this. So I'll select, go to format, edit. I don't want this to be affected. Okay, so I can leave the rest. That is fine, so I can click it back. Yeah, so this is what I did with Vijay, and he's happy. His dad is also happy. Viewers, over to you. Tell us what we need to do to make it better. Tell us where we need to improve. Thank you so much. And let's catch up next time in another outstanding presentation. Thank you so much. Bye.